Alright, so tonight I am talking about Antonio Brown and the entire drama that is going on with the Steelers franchise currently and his possible locations, where he will end up, better likelies and not so probable landing spots. So, first off, currently everybody knows that Antonio Brown is not happy exactly with Steelers organization. And it seems like it's not much of the owner as it is with certain players and coaches, and a specific player being Big Ben, calling him not the best leader in sense. So in my eyes, I see him being a great candidate for veteran quarterbacks. Like, he wants to win a championship. Patriots, which nobody wants to see the Patriots get even stronger, but it's a high possibility they can trade draft picks, they can trade players. The Steelers are looking at an organization that can give up first round picks and big names. And a name that keeps being thrown around is, for some reason, the New Orleans Saints. I don't mind it. I honestly don't want the drama that goes behind him, but what are we going to give up exactly? We don't have a first round this year. Next year, if we have a first round, if we do very well, it's going to be a later first round. So what exactly will we be giving up? Are we going to be giving up? We're going to have to give up a player in the end. So which side of the ball would it be? I feel that it would be more defensive side of the ball. The Steelers don't have a great defense, and we could easily trade away some very well known names, and one of them might be Marcus Williams. I know many people don't want that to happen. Trust me, I don't want it to happen, but he is a high possibility of being traded. And not because he's been doing bad, that's far from it. It's he's at a position that the Steelers need, and they'd be willing to trade away Antonio Brown for Marcus Williams, maybe even with Von Bell in a future draft pick. It's possible. I personally see him going to a place, but in the end, I don't see them training in their own division. So that's out the books. A team that has been talked about is the Raiders, but John Gruden just said recently that he would rather draft players than bring in veterans. So you know what? Gruden, do you at this point? Do you? No one cares. You've been screwing up that whole team. But here's the thing, Gruden. You have 3 first-round picks. Use them. Use one at least to get Antonio Brown because Jordy Nelson, he's almost set to retire. We all know it. And if you want Derek Carr to be your quarterback, give him a guy he can rely on 99% of the time, and that is Antonio Brown. So they could be a high possibility. I've heard rumors of the Green Bay Packers, which, being an NFC fan because of the Saints, I truly don't want him to go to Green Bay, but he wants to play for a veteran quarterback, and Aaron Rodgers is, to many, the greatest in the NFL currently. So that happens, it happens, great. But if not, I don't see Green Bay making that hard of a push at this point. Uh, Between Le'Veon and Antonio, they don't seem to be honestly teaming up together to find a spot together, which would work very well for both of them. Main thing about both of them going to the Jets or both of them going to Indianapolis, who has over $100 million in cap space. That would work very well for them. So it could go that way. I don't see it personally, them going together, which I think is not the smartest idea. I mean, think about it. If, let's say, Antonio Brown did get for somehow traded to the Browns and Le'Veon decided to sign with the Browns, the Steelers would have some serious good competition against the Browns, and so would the rest of the division that they're in the AFC. So, I don't know. It's Antonio doesn't have many options. I know for a fact that he wanted to go to the 49ers, but my curiosity is what will they give up if he ends up going to the 49ers? It would probably have to be draft picks. There's not that many talent that there's not that many talent that excuse me. There's not much talent on the defensive side of the ball in my eyes at least. I mean, you have the first round pick from a couple years back in Solomon Thomas, but that's about it, and you know they're not going to get rid of him. So other than that, his character would need to change, and you need to understand, if you, let's say you did come to New Orleans Saints, you will not be the number one wide receiver. I hope he'd be okay with that, because it'd be really cool to see number 84 in New Orleans. But I don't see it happening with the Saints. I see it happening with a lower end team, possibly the Jets, Raiders. I've also heard a couple times, I don't know why, but Miami. Maybe because they can give away more defensive players to bargain for. So, Antonio Brown is going to be the most interesting offseason move in my eyes, right next to Le'Veon Bell. I think if Le'Veon's smart, he goes to Indianapolis. Go play for a contender. They have the money to pay you. Yes, the Jets, it's New York, whatever. Go to Indy. Because in the end, you will be the number one back with you and Mac. Y'all can knock it out with Andrew Luck. And all they would have to focus on at that point, since they don't need another running back, is the defense. That's just my take. Love to hear your comments.